afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 versus 1 own. Kholodny Ferma versus in the west, it's McBain. Fighting for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the, let's just go with 352nd Volkskammer Division versus in the east it is Oziligath. Fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Taking on the role here of the 6th Armoured Division with tactical support versus McBain's fortifications. We got triple infantry on both sides, so flak emplacements and such will notice usage. Bunkers, which may see usage. Pack fortifications, which could potentially see usage. Or S-mines could also usage. Howitzers and howitzering artillery there versus light machine guns, half-tracks, recon runs, strafing runs, and calliopes. Double rifle start there for Oziligath with double footers there for McBain, who's heading northwards aggressively to wire off the access to compartment here. Thusly make it a bit harder for the eastern player to just rush in and sort of harass, more importantly occupy the building, since a feature of Kholodny Ferma is if this building gets occupied by the eastern player, it's going to be a bit of a difficult thing for the western player to quickly push it out. They can then quickly threaten the fuel point as well if you try to ignore it. So trying to gain control of this area, and thusly this building tends to be of some importance for the western player. In the south here, points being secured, tank traps, barbed wire being laid down. Oziligath is dispersing forces northwards. We see there McBain is furiously fortifying the munitions point here as well. Northern point there being seized. Centerwards we got Fulton moving in, the third squad on the way there for McBain and Deutschland. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe and share and press that bell button. It helps not just me, but it also helps you out there with getting all regular video updates. Third round squad there on the way, halfway done for Oziligath. Fulton squad roughly in the sort of same pattern there. Riflemen might occupy the church, but in this case the Sturm Pioneers is going to engage from the, narrow side of the church. There's only one window, so they should easily be able to win that engagement, in particular behind heavy cover there. It may take some time though. But with Fulton joining in, I don't think this is going to be a good engagement there for Oziligath, to be honest. Unless he's got plans to do more, he really should just back off, because at this point he's just feeding McBain easy kills and experience while wasting his own manpower in doing so. We do get a rough squad attacking from the south, but the question is, will it actually matter at this point? As the riflemen are quickly bleeding up, there are just 3 men here. Fulton just couldn't do the riflemen. May just turn out to work out here though for Oziligath, bit close here. And there you go, more riflemen arriving. In the end, it did not turn out a complete waste, but he still did feed the Sturm Pioneers 3 kills there. And halfway to veterans up north. Fulton squad could head towards the centre here, and troops got here in the south could also move in then from the south to the counter flank Oziligath in the centre. Early battle group head goes on there for McBain, which again has become a staple of Oberkorn's builds as of late. Mechanized regiment, while still popular, is not quite the universal truck chosen anymore. The headquarters being set out. Fulton's moving in there. Sturm Pioneers quickly popped in there to then quickly pop out. Back here we got the platoon command post being upgraded there for Oziligath. Standard stuff, but good stuff. And there you go, point secured. Battle group headquarters halfway down there for McBain. Fulton's moving in. Sturm Pioneers possibly lining up for something. There you go, back into the church. Fulton's joining in. We'll occupy the church, and they'll probably rush in with the Sturm Pioneers towards the Rifle Squad here to try and flash them out. Up close, the Sturm Pioneers should have a good chance. And there you go, Rifle Squad falling back. Further giving McBain here the upper hand versus the Rifleman. There you go, pushing back. Fulton's backing up here versus the Rifleman. Veterans 1 there, 5 kills. Got Reyes and sneaking about in the south. Fulton's pushing on for the cutoff point. Advancing here towards the east. Rifle Squad quickly to block here. Of course, with their just worst window here, the Sturm Pioneers could theoretically just kick the door in there. And of course, we'll also just pop an incendiary grenade here, all the way, force them out. Bit of skirmishing, trying to figure out where the reactions were. Got the few cutoff point there, very good. Riflemen being slowly bled out. The intense firepower here being laid down by McBain and his forces. Heading south to the Fulton time and cut off the resource point, or the cutoff point. They sees no need to sort of try and further hold up. Digging in with Samex, and of course got Oziligath charging in. A lot of action going. MU-34 there for McBain. Probably has already got the medics out, I imagine. Nope, they're on the way now. Fulton's being routed. We've got a big counter swing here by Oziligath in the south here. Caught laying down the sandbags, and not on top of that, just managed to stop the front being ready neutrally to retreat now. That's going to be a wipe here for McBain in the early game. In fact, it's looking like it's going to be a wipe here. Quite a blow here from McBain in the early game, but he's been able to sort of push Oziligath back somewhat, losing a 260 manpower. Fulton's squad will be costly here in the first minute. Oh, it didn't happen. Wow, that is ridiculous lucky there for McBain. On the other hand, another full squad, it seems, did bite the dust. In fact, he lost both squads there. That could possibly have been a straight up GG for McBain. Right now, as it is, though, his situation is looking pretty grim, and he's certainly on the back foot here, I think, versus Oziligath. The machine gun will help a bit. We can see there already now, Oziligath is going for the car front, playing it aggressively, exploiting any gap in McBain's lines very wisely. Sturmgewehr's on the way there for McBain's forces. Troops healing and forcing. Sturmpanies charging out. Half 8 of actually 2, rather than being slightly shot at. And we got further troops heading northwards here. Plus, Oziligath has gone in for the captain. So no mechanized command post, just Lieutenant Captain might try and then go for the major and then push for fast medium armor. Backing himself up there to tank guns and 50 calibers. That could certainly be an effective move there for Oziligath. Got the BAR handed out there to the captain. And we got the ambulance away there for Oziligath. Folks charging straight ahead. They're not using the Sturmpanies, but instead taking the Fulton, though, of course, they do get the assault rifle now, but even then, feel like he should have gone the other way around about it. But I'll wait, Ralph's got their push back. Retaining control of the north here, at least for now. Slowly beginning to take southwards. Is he planning a flag half-track here to maybe try and swing the game around on that one? Or is he going to go for more Fulton? There we go. More Fulton these. Probably may just then go straight for the Schwerpunted quarters next. Push out for a fast Panzer. Sturmpunier moving in. The racing squad quickly gets the devil out of there, as of course they have no intention to deal with the Sturmpunier. Back here, troops reinforcing. Ambulance out here for Oziligath and the 5th Armament. That's the 352nd Fulton Division. Continues fight here. Rifleman straight to the line of fight. Takes a minor casualty. Machine gun moving towards the centre as the coast is cleared. Of course, right now the entire south-west flank is wide open, so he needs to bring in more force to keep that secured. Otherwise, McBain could quickly come to regret this move. Up north, point almost secured. We got 452 versus 477. Fulton getting here at max range with the lieutenant, successfully pushing them back here with the other squad. And lastly, the south flank of the MG-34 has been secured. Nice save there. Oh, we do get an anti-aircraft tough take out here, which certainly might explain the tactical support, but also just giving the mechanized post there for both company and platoon, since he just intends to rush out an anti-aircraft tough take. That way, sort of preserving better resources in that department. Plus, with the docks, he can also get light machine guns out. So it does, on paper at least, allow Oziligath here to push for faster medium armor if he sort of takes in aggressively. Certainly an interesting strategy there by Oziligath. Was the being mowed down by the 50 caliber mounted here on the front of the half track there. There you go. Port mount ready. Fulton's routed. If I know about the M5 half track, which of course the M16 is based on, it was actually primarily used as a Lend-Lease vehicle, as it was actually less well armored compared to the M3 half track, which they primarily used themselves. A little fun fact. Now we're holding back with it. Sturmpanies being routed out. Need to fix it up, but of course that can be done quickly by just popping up the crew. One of the Americans' numerous big advantages, which of course is they don't need to like dispatch specific troops to repair their armor. They can, but unless it's specifically the Pershing, they don't need to, which obviously means they have less micromanagement in that department and can just quickly do other things while the vehicle crew itself just takes care of the vehicle or tank. 6-pounder gun away there for Oziligath. Obviously a bit worried about enemy armor, though McBain has yet to take up towards that. And the South folks are being assaulted by several rifle squads plus the lieutenant. Need to retreat soon. There's simply too many ammo cannon here for the Foxes to deal with. Kholodny Ferma almost done here for him. And also note the aggressive ambulance play here by Oziligath, and I'm reinforcing Hilly's troops to the front line. Bold, but if done correctly, can be quite powerful, like any sort of vehicle allowed to reinforce the front line can be, you know, half tracks or blitzers or whatnot. So nice play there by Oziligath, certainly showing a willingness to not just stick to conventions, but actually, you know, boldly go where others are less keen on going. So thumbs up there to Oziligath. Anti-aircraft tapping up the MG-34 inside there. Rifle squad falling back in towards the half-tech for some healing. Not the half-tech, but the ambulance. The half-tech busy at the front line. Going down crouch right here. The MG-34 could open up in the any armor pistol rounds, and as soon as he sees that star, he does back out with the half-tech just because of that. Plus, I think he just senses, you know, the reload animation there. He was worried it would be popping incendiary armor pistol rounds. It didn't in this case, but obviously, Oziligath was wise enough to not try and test that one. There we go, trotting away from McBain. That's going to be the Schwerpanzer Quartier. Puts out there being hammered, but there you go. McKenna lands a great hit on the half track. Oh, he may. Yeah, it's going to be too late there. Oh, it was too late, but he got lucky and the rocket missed. Oh, it's been a great kill there from McBain. Here we got Fulton as the lieutenant. Opening up close and violently. Gain veteran 2 here. Up north, he got Sturmpanies charging the Rieslands. Sturmgewehrs versus the M1 carbines. Fun fact about the M1 carbine, there were actually a few rifles modified for fully automatic fire in the late stages of the war alongside some equipped with infrared scope rifles, though most of them were really only used in serious numbers during the Korean War. But little fun note there. Little fun note there. Rather than there being pushed back, we got some brown light machine gun out there to Oziligath's infantry. Very good for him. Obviously going to be a challenge there for McBain's troops. Focusing southwards. Truck setting up here by the cut-off point and the fuel point. Most players tend to be more comfortable sticking around here, but McBain here clearly believes in the more aggressive setup of his schwerer Panzerhauptquartier versus the Amerikanischer Feind. Half taking northwards there, 3 kills, veteran 1. Back here, we got the major on the way there for Oziligath. Taking advantage of his aggressive play in terms of tech. In theory, if spots in fast enough, we could probably clear out the schwerpanzered quarters before it gets finished building, though again it would require he almost practically knew it was and had to rush in to deal with it. So, not likely. In the south here, Brabant advancing, but there's the Fulton and the assault rifles. They are encountering some serious issues here from McBain's infantry. A Brandhand Granada here could be a nice little gift to the Amerikaner, but he will likely have to fall back. Done with that. There we go. Immediate authorization on the way there. So far, it's worth noting McBain hasn't really made use of the doctrine. We haven't seen any tank traps, flak emplacements, trenches, bunkers, S-mines at all. I mean, it's very few players that actually use the S-mines, of course, with the Overquest S-mines are also pretty good. And obviously the flak emplacement is just... yeah. But the bunker isn't a half bad thing. Alloy major out there for Oziligath. McBain's got his own spare particles up. Roughly, they'll probably have tanks out at almost the same time. But I think Oziligath's going to have his out a bit faster. Line gun here for McBain. He liked to Infanteriegeschütz. 18, which by the way was actually a thing they called it to deceive the Allies into believing it was actually, you know, from the First World War, when in reality it was actually designed much later, so basically circumventing the Treaty of Versailles that way, which I believe had some restrictions, artillery and such, and weapons development, so little fun fact there. Okay, if that takes out the ambulance, Oziligath's allies, aggressive and bold ambulance play here, gets punished a bit too slow, needs to be careful about that, obviously. With great rewards come great risks, otherwise, you know, it'd be too good, obviously, if you can just safely drive around an ambulance on the front line like that. Oh, wait, nice work. Then there goes pushing up like Kenva, trying to catch Oziligath off guard because he's not expecting it. Really rapid push here by McBain. Oh, thumbs up to that, I suppose. It's rare you get to see this kind of play here, but clearly McBain does not care. Up north, his jump has been cut to rip, and full squad also looks like a bit that did get the concussive grenade, but not enough. He does manage to put the half-track out of the commission. So while he did lose a full squad, I would say taking out an ambulance and an M16 anti-aircraft half-track isn't exactly bad here for McBain at all. Not the ideal trade-off, but it's not bad either. And certainly will leave Oziligath reeling just a bit. He has gone for another ambulance, again back to the aggressive posture with it. Grab the northern point here, we got the line gun firing away there. Shooting close to the major there. Soldiers moving ahead. Oh, wrecked the ambulance wreckage further. Shooting here, got Rifleman moving up with a brown light machine gun to gain the focus of the max range, though they are low in health, and of course we got the line gun backing up the focus grenadiers, so Oziligath wisely backs off with his Rifleman. You might want to put a bit more pressure in the north here as we got McBain launching counterattack to gain back the fuel point. And by counterattack I mean he just walks up and grabs it because there's no Americans about. Closing in the Panther 4 there, but also getting very close to the Sherman here for Oziligath. Not far off, troops are healing, reinforcing, and a tank gun good to go. Rifleman under fire from the leichte Infanteriegeschütz. North point being seized. We got mines up here as well to protect against any raids there. Problem in this case, the way the mine's position here, of course, it can catch some infantry, but also, like, if he becomes aware of it and hasn't hit the mine, he might rush in a tank, in which case it could get stuck close to the schwerpanzered quarters, so that could give McBain a chance to then launch a rapid counterattack to take out the tank or tank destroying question doing it. All those sort of things that to keep in mind. Or, of course, again, it just infantry hits it and then gets exposed to this and then get murdered. That could also happen. Captain moving in there. Major rifling through the centre. We've got Leeson saying northwards, plus some infantry as well there. Being held up by the full squad there from McBain and the 352nd. Lieutenant flank up behind it, close to Veteran 2. MG34 turning back on time to deal with the lieutenant there. Very good timing. Fulton in the centre though being hosed from cell sides here by the captain and infantry from the front. Grenade off there, lighting the church on fire. Machine gun there. Oh, Godzilla called in the machine gun. Needs to force it out there. Panzer 4 on the way. And we can see that Oziligath is yet to go for any armour. Meaning McBain might actually be the one with the tank advantage over the other. That could definitely give him a significant edge. Might be, of course, that Oziligath is planning for the Jackson tank destroyer. It's certainly not impossible here from Oziligath. Now we do get the Sherman, but he's going to be behind McBain, so depending on the situation, that could actually be helpful there for McBain. Gets in a bit more extra punches as Oziligath. Of course, he does have the M1 backing up the Sherman, so obviously the Panther's not going to have that easy of a time. Plus, there's still plenty of infantry here for Oziligath, whereas McBain is down to 2 full grenadiers and a strong pioneer squad. McBain definitely needs more infantry versus Oziligath. Or McBain might find himself in a bit of McPain. Looking up for the centre, there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 as von Jod. On the way from McBain, and then from nearby Panzer Division to support the 352nd Volksgrenadiers. But generally did not have any tanks to support them directly, or at least organisationally, they're not part of them. And most they'd have access either to Hetzers or Stugs as part of their tank destroyer company. Little fun fact there, which was part of their anti-tank battalion. Sturm Pioneers holding down the captain up close. Veteran 3. Oziligath is trying to take some casualties there. Rifle squad did perish in fighting against the Kraut North. The risk squad could also go down. We got the Sherman out there for Oziligath. Going to sneak up through the north. He might take out the Fox, causing another loss there to McBain. But he's also going for Oziligath now. Sherman shoots and blows apart a tractor instead. In the south, the Panther goes in aggressively here. McBain is on the offensive at the center for the center of the Kholodny, catching the anti-tank off guard as Oziligath is not expecting the Panther attack from the angle. Ambulance goes down to the Kholodny when we get exploded. Absolute brutality here as McBain just shows himself as an aggressive attacker. Good lord, he's bodying the spirit of the Blitzkrieg here, it seems. And there you go, wipes out the anti-tank before escaping. He did lose the Kholodny, and that's going to be a problem for him if Oziligath grabs and turns against McBain, but on the other hand, he did take out another damn ambulance. Oziligath will also have to see if we start doing more cautious at the sites, you know, that comes with the territory. They knew what they signed up for. Always on there, getting a light machine gun. Is he going to make a run for the Raketenwerfer with it? We got a catch the last squad there, destroying the Raketenwerfer. In fact, both ensures it. So, at the very least for McBain, I mean, Oziligath didn't grab. In fact, that would be the biggest problem. In fact, I find an issue for a lot of Oberkommando players as the game goes on is they usually tend to hand over the Raketenwerfer to the opponent. Usually the opponent then makes better use of it than them. And it usually tends to be the Raketenwerfer tend to be one of the key crucial elements the Oberkommando player tends to lose. So, for McBain, his opponent just destroying the Raketenwerfer, trying to nab it is actually, I imagine, a big relief for him. Back here, troops reinforcing. Sherman Hings possibly suffered. Yeah, looks like it's going to take the direction there. Sneak up, hit out some infantry. We got 352nd versus 427. 4 kills. Back here, troops reinforcing. Sometimes won't get out any tanks, whereas Oziligath can soon go for more Shermans. You could, of course, also try and go for the Calliope here versus McBain. Sturm Pioneer by close to 84. Very good. Sherman moving in with the guns loaded and ready here to blast apart any Krauts up open, and there you go, almost wipes the entire. In fact, good chance of getting the final shot in and killing the remaining runner there, Ludwig. And down he goes. No chance of survival there. Up north there, Major moving in. More forces are there for McBain as his infantry complement continues to remain in a bit of a precarious position. You could also just go for more orbits on here, to be honest. At this point, just more orbits on the light machine I think would also be a big issue there for Oziligath's infantry. Panzer hits the wreckage of the Stug and not the Sherman. Orbits moving on the side. Panzer getting the Sherman head on. Sherman puts back up. There we go, direct hit from the anti-tank on the flank here, but there you go, folks rushing it. Good move there by McBain, but his Panzer IV isn't as forced to disengage. Orbits on doing what they can, but they're outgunned, they're outnumbered. Still, almost got the anti-tank, and again, if we could destroy it, that would certainly be a problem there for Oziligath. Sherman is rushing back, and there you go. Bravo squad up north inside the building, interestingly enough. Looks like he won't be able to grab it or destroy it. So Oziligath can once more grab the M1 and turn it back into business against McBain and his Germans. Panzer IV seeing critical repairs up north, major retreats. Is Oziligath going for another Sherman here, or is he planning for the Jackson now? Both could be viable options. He could also, I suppose, try for Scott. I mean, one thing that is worth noting here about Oziligath at the moment, he doesn't have any artillery though. Obviously, you got the Calliope as well, besides the Scott there. So, I mean, that could also be an artillery option here to that way blast through McBain's lines. Panzer IV tank heads on, of course, got the anti-tank ready. Needed to engage that Sherman, and no, it's just reinforcement stuff, not actually building any armor, making choices. And looks like McBain is upping the ante in terms of artillery. He's not just content with the light infantry gun, he is going for the lighter Feldhaubitze Achsen. Aiming for something with a bit more punch, a bit more caliber. Another Sherman way there for Oziligath, not bad. Folks are going to need to retreat for some healing reinforcement. Fun fact about the LF-H-18. In the early stage of Operation Barbarossa, it actually quickly got turned into use as an anti-tank gun against the Soviet tanks. As it, besides the Flak 88, was usually the ones that could actually penetrate a lot of the T-34s and KB tanks at longer ranges. And while you do hear about the Flak 88 being turned into that role, it's less talked about that, you know, the howitzer got. In fact, most howitzers usually also had some armor piercing rounds for dealing with tanks, but, you know, rarely were they purpose-use assets, which would make, in fact, you know, as they advanced in Moscow, each armored column would then have a Flak 88 and a light Feldhaubitze, specifically part of the lead column to deal with enemy armor. So, little fun fact there. Alright, we got Oziligath there trying force. We also got the terrifying way here. Right into the base. Shot misses, though narrowly almost takes out the camp. This time we got the ambulance here in a theoretically safe position, of course, with artillery strikes landing down on it. It would be slightly amusing if by the time he finally stops sending his ambulance to the front line, they still end up being destroyed. If the German artilleryman here in question could damn well hit the target. Which apparently it seems like he can't. Close though, he's sort of slightly denting it, but not getting damage in there. So yeah. Now they're close one, but yeah, I mean the thing about the trying to shoot artillery into the enemy base is like there's a good chance a lot of it just straight up misses because it's far away and you don't have any line of sight. Oh, mine goes off, got a unit wipe there. Good work here by McBain's Panzer IV, which is half H22. Up north, the German forces are run here by pushed there by Oziligath by the 2nd Sherman with infantry support. Very good. We got 277 versus 421. Yeah, the howitzer barracks there, I mean, guarded half eight of it, and so one they didn't really, you know, actually do any killing. Orbison advancing ahead here. Probably trying to clear the way for the Panzer IV, at least at line grab points. We could try a blend cover grenade here on the Sherman. So at least sort of block its line of sight. Great hit here from the Panzer IV. And we got a pack for the Feen out here for McBain as well. The Panzerkanone 43. Got air support here called in. Need to retreat the Obersaat now. And the MB-24 as well. Almost a full wipe there on McBain's machine and Gewehr crew. Pack 43 almost done. In the south here, folks being assaulted by 2 infantry squads, including the captain here close to the ace level. Bunham cannot offer the folks that simply cannot deliver the same amount of firepower to like halt these 2 infantry squads on their own. Back here, troops in enforcing. Howitzer good to go. Pack for the fields already. Now this is the early model, which had to make use of the trail down here for the howitzer as well, since the didn't have the crucifer mount ready for it. No fun fact there, Paul. Howitzer firing again. I'm guessing it's going to be another case of hoping to hit stuff in the base. Yup, in this case, it's not even like anything except the ambulance, so really limited chance of doing some damage. There you go, Pack 3 gets a great hit there on the Sherman. We got the Calliope out as well here from Oziligath, possibly in fact to counter it. Ambulance takes some light damage over the howitzer, but it's still not really knocking it out. 11 kills on the Panzer IV, Betsy 2. Calliope unleashing hell there, lightly on the Pack 3 position, which of course has the light gun right next to it, further increasing the potential of doing some serious damage. Pack 43 position is crumbling, but still stands. Howitzer continues to not really impress. I mean, usually want something a bit closer to the howitzer, and also something actually got line of sight on. Plus, you want to like actually know if there's enemies there. I mean, this is just hoping to get lucky. I mean, overall, a pretty inefficient use of the artillery there by McBain. Pretty inefficient. Panther taking hits here from the Sherman, the anti-tank, and the south here. We got Fulps jump pads moving there. Go concussive grenade off. Bets only 4 gain. Of course, they'll need to finish off. But there you go, Cap moving in. Could try and crash the Captain there while he's standing. Oh! Almost got a full crash there in the Captain. Holy smokes. Hey, Carl, do you hear something? What? I said, do you hear? And it's supposed to be glass here by the Sherman. Howitzer halfway there to go. Pack for the goes prime fire support. Sherman needs to be careful not to push the fire ahead. The Fulps moving in. Panther 4 moving in as well there. Shoots, misses. Perhaps you should have gone for a Jackson instead of that Calliope. Maybe some mortars or a pack out and then deal with a pack 43. Which is a fun photo that actually existed a field cannon version of as well that could basically double as artillery. Sherman moving ahead here. Need to be careful, of course. Again, that pack 43 could quickly take the Sherman out of commission. There's a tiny chance his Howitzer could actually get some kills because there's so much stuff there bunched up inside of the base. But it's also a good chance he just basically hits nothing. Oh, there we go. That actually hit something. Actually got some kills and some experience. More kills. Holy smokes. It's actually kind of working out now for McBain. It's kind of working out now. For a bit. All the way halfway to 52. Even the ambulance is now moving. It's been pretty content just all sit through the artillery barrages. Once it actually, starts getting covered and, its patience, it decides it might be time to move up shop. Up north here, we've got the orbitals as the lieutenant. Need to probably get those orbitals out before they get annihilated by the lieutenant with the brown light machine gun and the... Oh, BAR, that's the captain. Fixing up the armor here. Bit of a standoff here. I think Oziligath needs to be cautious about getting too passive versus McBain. Of course, McBain also may want to catch some aggression point. We got some air reconnaissance here, though, from Oziligath using his Mage's ability. We'll quickly try and suss out how to move about here with McBain. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Ambulance good to go. Pushing south as though they got the Fulps on the watch. Calliope barrage. Unleash her engine on the pack for the feet. On front of it. Seems like it's not really hitting anything, unfortunately. Up north here, Panther 4 to the Sherman. Sherman gets the upper hand against the Panther 4 there. And McBain very quickly backs off the Panther 4 because of that. In the south here, this all continues. Forcing off the Fulps grenadiers and gaining control of the south victory point. We got 205 versus 392. McBain is starting to fall behind here. His opponent may want to take some steps to deal with that. Of course, maybe planning a Panther next, or another Panther 4 here versus Oziligath and the 5th Armored Division. Sherman rolling back in the center victory point, which as well there. Will increase, of course, the bleed here on McBain. That's good to go again. Will he just keep hoping to get lucky? In which case, he's going to be even less lucky now. Of course, not. He's moved everything away from the base, more or less. Panther on the way to McBain. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Panther 4 there. Almost ready to from the north there. Gets the vehicle for a bit. Then 19 kills. Great hits in the Panther 4. Need to put back off. Hard to firing again. Yup, he's still at the let's hope we get lucky School of Artillery. Also known as the American School of Artillery. Ha ha ha. Sherman in from the north here. Obviously they need to get away before they get annihilated by the Shermans. Panther almost done there for McBain and Deutschland. Panther moving in there. And the funny thing is, where the anti-tank is. A lot of the times we could just try and take that instead. You'll probably have a better chance hitting that one. I might even hit some hits, get some hits on the Calliope. Sherman though taken out. Oh, here. I got too close to the pack for the free there, and McBain's pack for the free smoked it up. Very good. Very good. Panther also out here, so now with this, McBain, I think, has a sizable arm advantage here with Oziligath, who's meanwhile seemingly a bit stuck. Of course, he still has the victory point advantage. If he keeps focusing on the victory point, he should have still a chance here, but if he is otherwise being cautious, he could backfire on there. Go concussive grenade, doesn't really do much, they're already retreating. Panther challenging the anti-tank and shot bounces. In fact, the Panther could now We're about on the anti-tank, destroy it with machine guns, possibly even. Oh, he just charges ahead here. Panther forming up, they're taking advantage of the Panther, drawing all the attention. Going for the collide with the Panther. Brave push here by McBain, who just plays very aggressively here. Versus Oziligath, who's trying to deal with it. Got the Jackson tank store on the way for Oziligath. Very late to the party. Pack 43 got taken out here by the infantry flank, but gets wiped up the opposite. Looks like so much going on here for Oziligath, and McBain is just punishing him hard. Heavy infantry and armoured losses here for Oziligath as the 352nd Volksgrenadier Division backed up by the 116th Panzer Division Windhund are delivering punishing blows here to Oziligath and the 5th Armour. Emily, in fact, could be the next target here for McBain and his Panzer Battle, but there you go. Got it, but might get hit by the anti-tank grenade. There you go, damage engine on the Panther, but it's veteran to 1. We've still got the almost 24 Panther 4 prime kind fast well here for the Panther as McBain rolls it out of there. Jackson arriving here, engaging the Panther 4 directly with its 90mm gun. Panther 4 now, veteran 4, there you go, almost taken out here. Trying to blitz up, but it could be too late, could Oziligath get the hit? Oh, this shot bounces at the very edge there. That was damn close. If McBain could have lost his veteran 4, Panther 4, which would have given, I think, Oziligath a better chance of getting back into the fight. But now, he still has 2 tanks, there's still the howitzer. Of course, in theory, he could still recruit the Pack 43 as well there. Meanwhile, Oziligath is still suffering heavily from those previous engagements that really just cost him so much. And now we got Artillery just raining down death on his base as well. 4 kills. Infantry taking minor casualties. Machine gun emplacements being wrecked alongside, I don't know what that was, maybe an outhouse. So now they're running to the very back of the base for safety. Trying to fix Germany needs to slightly move those so they can actually grab the point as well at the same time. Fulton moving in, we got air recons again here from Oziligath. We got 163 was 72. Panther 4 there with 28 kills. Vehicle crew exterminated. And there you go, Pack 43 recruit as well. The situation for Oziligath and the 5th Armoured remains precarious, as the 352nd Infantry Division proved to be a formidable opponent here for the Americans. Panther there, waiting repairs. Panther 4 being focused on here by McBain. Considering the Panther's less damage, that would make more sense if we use the Sturmhard to fix on that. Of course, getting them fully reinforced would also be a good idea here for McBain. Except he's a full pop cap, so he can't. So right now, McBain is actually in the weird situation. Like, he's actually got too many units. He can't reinforce the Sturmhard, meaning both of his tanks are going to take forever to repair. Because, like, even at venturing 4 or 5 there with the Minesweeper kits, it's still going to take them quite a long time there. It's just 2 men to repair any armor. So, bit awkward there for McBain. Bit awkward. Meanwhile, the Hearts continue to bombard the base. The company command post certainly has seen much better days. Seizing the southern victory point here. We got 163 versus 358. Pack counter here for Oziligath. Bit late, but I suppose better late than never. Northern victory point claimed here by the Major. Moving in there you go. Kind of catch the Volksgrenadier by the negative cover. The South German striking the Volksgrenadier there. There we go. As he takes minor casualties here and there. He can reinforce the German pioneers fully, and there you go, increase the repair speed, allowing to that way speed up the armour rather than the battlefield. Packard's almost done. There you go, Panther 4 can fix by that. Panther now the next target. He's got the mechanized ready up with the repair pioneers. Good idea there. That will definitely speed up the repairs of the Panther as well. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. 2 kills, Veterancy 1. In the South Camp, this using the point that we got so much slip firing down here from McBain's light infantry Geschütz. There you go, getting out of there. Howitzer there with 7 kills, Veterancy 2. We got forces on standby here to try and defend the north, but with a Major and a Reasons with some Minesweepers and a Raft Squad versus even a Veterancy 4 Panther 4, they're definitely going to, you know, not do the job very well since they lack any anti-tank weapons. And then go full retreat here from Oziligath as the north is quickly overrun by a single Panzer. Panther charging in there again, playing aggressively. Taking advantage of his opponent's disposition there. Go striking at the Sherman and the Jackson, of course, with both there. They can actually stop the Panther, but it looks like McBain is not entirely deterred there. Going for the Sherman first, not the Jackson, interestingly enough. And to tank it back up, which he actually managed to seize there from Oziligath. And up north here, we got the Panther striking the base alongside the artillery strikes here, catching all of Oziligath's infantry in a deadly crossfire. As the base is completely starting to look dilapidated here with both barracks and company command post. Starting to really fall apart there. They're in tatters. Jack's going in for the Panther 4 there. And as he pulls away to deal with that, of course, the Panther, with backup from the M1 anti-tank gun, takes out Oziligath's Sherman. His situation is further falling apart here, as McBain is proving to be a formidable opponent and definitely aggressive. And using that aggression to constantly just catch Oziligath off guard at the worst opportune moments, to just really hit hard and hit deep. So right now, Oziligath's chances are starting to look dwindling here versus McBain. He still has some forces, he still has resources, but the problem is McBain has more forces and he's not really lacking in resources either. So it's going to be a challenge here for Oziligath. It's going to be a chance to acquire some good aggressive plays that similarly manage to catch McBain completely off guard, but the question is, can you sort of master the resources and the opportunity to it? Pushed ahead that line for gun quite aggressive, I think, and indicated again just how confident right now McBain is feeling when he's willing to just send the line for gun that far ahead here against Oziligath. He's clearly not in worried that if he loses it could, you know, in theory backfire on him. He's just pretty confident, you know, he's got this. Got a bar there dropped as well. Oziligath has barely any infantry left. Like his situation remains precarious. Quickly destroying the line from gun. Another shell away there for Oziligath. His units got wiped out. Panther versus Jackson. Jackson lands a good hit, getting Metty 2 there. Panther just continues to fire with his machine guns, getting another kill there. Another hit from Jackson. Panther 4 moving in there, very close to the ace level. 37 kills. In the south, Rearson's advancing through here. We got 144 versus 298. Oziligath keeps fighting though, the fight heroically, valiantly. But his men are definitely dying in droves. And there you go. Ace Panther 4, damage engine on it. Rifle Squad, though, pays the ultimate price for disabling the engines of the Panther 4, at least somewhat, but by dying. We got 8 rounds here on the Jackson, but the situation for Oziligath remains more and more bleak. Sherman almost done. Company command post is out of commission. The barracks is almost operable as well. We got airstrikes, we got air reconnaissance here. There's a sneaking up there, but without bazookas. They're going to have a limited impact again. The Panther Jackson shoots, misses. Got to try and go for it here. Anti-tank it's a great hit, and there you go. Almost got the Panther. Main gun is out. With the M1, though, it's going to be pretty risky, since one mistake could cost him the Jackson's the other go. Sherman advancing, M1 bounces. Panther goes down. Could take out the anti-tank gun. But right now, though, Oziligath is super short on infantry. He's got the Rearson squad left, and that's it. Need to get the Jackson repaired there. All of a sudden, rationing the base getting suppressed by some of the remaining machine gun emplacements. With most of the remaining defenses out here at the base have been pretty much just pruned away like branches by an overzealous gardener. So Oziligath has managed to create some breathing room here versus McBain, punishing, I think, McBain have been a bit too confident with his armor and, you know, gaining some breathing space, but the situation remains nonetheless pretty precarious. He's short on infantry. And his opponent's catching up in terms of victory points. So he needs to, like, quickly grab some stuff. He needs to somehow make an impact fast as well. It's not impossible, though, from Oziligath. It is not impossible. But it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for sure. Another rifle squad on the way there. Push here, Jackson caught. Paul's going to fire here from the Sherman and the echelons. Maybe try and pick up the BAR. Barracks still standing, but of course one straight hit. There we go. Cancels the rifle squad. He's going to have to call in the re-echelon reinforcements, which, I mean, does get him a bunch of infantry fast. Maybe then quickly grab up stuff and, you know, do things. So, of course, they're not going to be quite able to stand up against an Oziligath squad on their own, but they do allow them to, like, do more stuff fast. Panther moving ahead here, Jackson recruit, there we go, gun operable, directed here on the Panther 4. Ralph Squad being sent in there, mentioned 3 MG-34 there. Panther 4 down to half health, the Jackson's landing some impressive hits here. Rearson's marching through the south, need to fix up that Sherman, need to grab whatever he can as well. He may just keep spamming Rearson's using his ability. We got 144 versus 166. Pack Fortify ultimately hasn't in there after that first kill there done much. Hard work there fixing up the Sherman. Jackson on the wait. Could also recruit a pack cards, of course, with some spare reactions. Moving for the cuff point again. There you go. Reactions being slaughtered. Well, the orbs are done. 28 kills, almost 53. Quick shot there. We got 144 versus 145. We got the northern victory point being claimed here by Oziligath once more. Back here, troops reinforcing. Another Sherman on the way there for them. Machine gun defend the south victory point. And we got the Panther north vicinity with the reactions there. Versus the pocket tiger. That's going to be a real rude development there for the reactions. That's the Panther charging. There you go. Down to just 2 men forced to make a run here. From one of the fatherland's finest panzer crews. And there you go. Wiped out. 43 kills. Artillery raining down again here on what remains of Oziligath's base. He keeps fighting. He keeps trying to defy the odds, which are certainly stacked against him. His base having clearly seen much better days. As it continues to get absolutely pummeled here by McBain's artillery. There you go. Second Sherman out in the south here. Infantry squad hold here by the MD-34. Closing in to 4th Sherman Jackson and southwards. Panther on the move here. Trying to go for the anti-tank instead of the Reactions. Oh! Yeah. Sacrificed, I guess, for that purpose. Obviously, they're caught with the Sherman. Ralph Squad needs to retreat now before they get wiped out. Oh! They're going to get wiped! I think too much going on here for Oziligath to manage. And it's costing him more and more. Second Sherman moving in. But the situation for Oziligath is desperate, to put it mildly now. Very desperate. It's like the last man jumping aboard from Titanic and all he's got to clutch to is a bunch of plastic spoons. He knows it's not going to work, but he's still frantically trying to make it work. King Tiger out from McBain, basically going for the killing blow here. The coup de grace. To deliver a final mercy here as opposed onto Oziligath's Sherman. Challenge straight to the pack for the 3 here. Yeah, I think at this point he's kind of given up. We got air reconnaissance in, and there you go. Sherman down. Smoke called in and plus air reconnaissance. Seems like he's still a believer though. We got 144 versus 52. He refuses to end the fight. Panther for the moving hit. 44 kills. Straight to the Jackson, the Sherman. Down to half health. Jackson misses though. Oh dear. Pack cards are cleared out with the King Tiger. We got more rations out there for Oziligath's force. Is now basically just reactions with a mix of armor and an ambulance. Ace Jackson are ready to ambush the King Tiger. Reactions in the south wiped out with the opposite garden. Oziligath frantically trying to maintain something here of a defense. Great shot misses the King Tiger though. In the south, the opposite continue to fight here. He could pop a blend cup just block the line of sight of the Sherman. Ambulance taking the tension away from the Jackson line here. Oziligath to go for the King Tiger, maybe outmaneuvered here, flank behind it. An aggressive play there, works out in the south. Sherman pushes away the opposite down there. There you go, direct into the King Tiger. Oh! Could he take it out? Like, there's a chance here. There's a chance, of course. The problem is, we actually got the. Oh, that's neato. Constantly outmaneuvering the King Tiger down to half health. More artillery raining down on the shattered remnants here of Oziligath's base. At this rate, I mean, McBain could theoretically just go for an annihilation victory against Oziligath. I'm going to pull back there. Panther heading out again. More reactions out there for Oziligath. The rear lines are being combed for whatever can be thrown at the enemy. Cooks. Accountants. People who maintain the machine going. Bing! Panther 4 trying to hit it back up with the MG-34. Going straight here for the Jackson with the Panther 4. And going for the combat blitz to increase the rate of fire further here. Allowing it to just pump the Jackson full of lead here. There we go. As you can see, just the rate of fire is so much higher than Jackson's here. There we go. One shot, winding through it again with all that veterancy. And the combat blitz just shoots so fast. There you go. The Jackson is down. And with that, I think Oziligath's very last final hope has gone down the drain. It is gone. King Tiger flanking the Sherm, taking a hit from the anti-tank gun. Armor piercing rounds being unleashed upon it. 14 versus 136. King Tiger down to half health. Up north here, units blitzing about. They're being murdered here by McBain's forces. Sherm there rolling away. Maybe home tactics bait to give the anti-tank a few free shots, but in the end it didn't work out. The anti-tank gun is down. And with this, Oziligath surrenders. That was a bit brutal here. Oziligath, I think, had some good opportunities here and there, but then I feel like at times he got too pacifist from McBain, whereas McBain was just at times just really aggressive, just like going in hard and catching Oziligath off guard and just really doing some heavy damage, which I think in some ways hurt Oziligath. Plus, the Calliope, I'm not entirely sure was the best choice here. I think she should just gone for Packhouse and Mortar Sooners. That would also allow him to much better deal with the Pack 43 there, which of course, if we could have gotten rid of that faster, I think would also help out Oziligath a lot there. But the Pack 43 just, I think, threw a wrench in Oziligath's plans. I think he struggled to deal with it, and I think also just gave McBain the initiative there, just slowly win over Oziligath. But either way, a riveting match here on Kholodny Ferma. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell a friend, tell a family. But don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thanks for watching. You'll leave one floor and talk to you all tomorrow again for a nice new episode. Bye.